we're up and we're at them again today. It is Saturday and we got some equipment failure that we need to go do some work with. Get those things fixed. So now we got to the point where we can fix another Milnor. Finally got these parts in. Been waiting a day or two for these things to come in. Got them in. We're going to climb on top of this thing, get this one fixed. Let me go over here and look at one of these solenoids go out. And these are the Ampco versions, and the ones we got ordered right here, Burkert. We got the ones from Burkert in, and we're going to go ahead and exchange one. Now the ones on this one from the Ampco is a little bit bigger, so we're going to just change the whole thing. Should do the exact same thing because, you know, we referenced the part numbers to the Milnor number and get this thing fixed up. You can see this one's been rewired. We done got that took care of on some of these because the wires was shot, you know, neglected to do maintenance on this thing. They got a hook that they stick up over top of this machine when they unload it from time to time, and it's a wonder they haven't fried their system out because of the way they do things, which is essentially what that is right there. They throw it up over here so they can help pull the laundry out, and you know, it can cause some damage, so they really got to watch how they're doing this. Now, this thing's usually a pain in the ass to take out here. It's very delicate, you know, without having to drop all your parts or make things complicated. So we're going to get this took off, unplugged, and plug us a new one up and get this beast turned on. It aggravates me sometimes is going to places and then needing more light. You don't have quite enough light to look at what you're trying to work on. You know, that's enough to aggravate anybody. So check out what I do for a simple fix. Now you can essentially get yourself a 3-way adapter, 4-way adapter, get any kind of plug-in that you want. As long as you got something to plug into an extension cord like this right here, these little things right here are the greatest thing on earth to take with you on any kind of repair. You can pick them up for about $1 a piece, plug them right in. All you gotta do is hook up a light bulb. So if all you got is an extension cord and a light bulb, right there you go. The more plug-ins you got, the more light bulbs you got, you can use these as much as you want to, hook them up just about anywhere. And as you can see right there, here you go. You can pick your light up, put it anywhere you want to. But now, let's get down to our repair. This will give me basically whatever light it is that I need. Okay. And the way this works, you got a line coming in down here. This one runs out over here. Get the line coming in here. Alright, so we're going to be sticking that other one right back down through here just like the way it was. And these should basically plug in. And we unhook it right here. You got this little lever right here that you unhook and you stick it straight up in there. Yep, first things first, I want to take our little adapters off of these old ones here. Boy, this little bastard's in there good too. This is where longer wrenches would come in handy. But if all else fails, you got yourself a pair of Channellocks here. Get your little adapter over here and set it down. Come out of number 2 side. That come out of number 2 side. Remember that so I don't forget it. Alright, now we need to get our other pipe out of here. A little nipple. Good old Channellocks. I know a lot of people love the Nipex. I ain't got no Nipex yet. So I stick with what I know works. This one come out of number 1. Now we're going to take our new little part here, get our air valve solenoid out. Got to see which one's number 1, which one's number 2. Which I believe goes in this direction right here. Most of the time whenever you get these, if these ain't marked on it, you know, the way the actual solenoid is facing right here, then you're going to go in from the back side on it. We'll find out. I mean, if anything, all you got to do is turn the damn thing around. So, there we go. Now we're going to lock number 1 in place. Now the way this is set down here, you just plug it in up top. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this part down through the bottom of it. Then we're going to find our hose right here, this one right here. We're going to feed it back into place on that pipe. We're going to tighten it up, and then we can hook everything up and slide it back in place there. Alright, now we're going in blind here. This is one of those things, man, your hands get nice and sweaty and you can't hardly get a hold of a wrench or any of that crap. It kind of sucks. We might have to replace that line because it's pretty brittle. And take this solenoid off. We'll go ahead and take this solenoid off and get it wired up before we go any further. It's just easier to leave it on there for the time being. That way I could have something to hold on to. Like I said, you get your hands all sweaty when you're working in one of these factories. You know, you gotta wait basically sometimes till everybody's gone. And it makes it really difficult to hold on to anything when it's 110 degrees in here. You know, if it's losing contact, that thing's barely hanging on by a thread. And they said the valve was leaking. And, you know, we're going to have to fix that before we go any further. Okay, ran out to the work truck. Always keep something on hand to be able to do just about anything whenever you're doing these kind of repairs. First things first, snip that old one off here. And we're going to stick her inside of our stripper. Right there we go. It's that simple. Having the right tool for the job every time will make life easier. Twist her up. I'm going to put us a L adapter on this one. Use our handy dandy little channel locks here to crimp it down. Pull test. I'm going to slide her back on there, get her nut back in place. Tighten her down. And the way this thing works, it slides right up inside a hole that's up inside here. It goes to the air rail itself. Gotta feel around for the hole here. It's got two little rubber O-rings around it. You feel around for the hole there, get it lined up. And then you got to pull it up in place. Once it's pulled up in place, we got to get this lock right here. You run this lock down through here, and you push it in place, and it should snap right in between each one of those little brass fittings right there. Secure them all. Then we got a few screws we can put in place to hold that bar. See what I'm talking about right here? It's got this little clip. You pull it out. It's got little grooves inside here that help hold each one of these in place so they won't just pop back out with air pressure. I'll go ahead and get us a screw started right smack dab in the middle here and get that hole lined up. We'll get this middle one in, make sure it's going to hold it guided a little bit, and we'll worry about knocking the other ones in when we finish up. Alright, now basically this top one has that same kind of rail, and you're going to slide it in right here. As you can see right here, it gets in between these little tops right there, and then you gotta slide it until it locks in, and then put screws in that one also. Alright, got that locked into place. I just need to find one or two more screws because we've dropped some off the top of this thing. Put them in place, make sure it's all secured, and then we'll check everything else while we're up here before we get down. And to believe it or not, after this one, I gotta go straight to another place because they have a wire burned into on a different motor. I think it's their dump motor, by the way they're describing it. Gonna go do that next, and then one or two more jobs, and then today will be over with. But right now, the next thing we're gonna do, finish checking this stuff up, go fire the air compressor up, turn it on, see if she works.